It began quietly, like a faint whisper carried on the wind. The air grew warmer, the oceans swelled, and storms became subtle warnings of what lay ahead. At first, few noticed. Life carried on, busy, distracted, and blissfully unaware of the changes stirring beneath the surface. The rivers ran drier, the seasons shifted their rhythms, and the delicate balance of nature began to falter. What we had taken for granted was slipping away before our very eyes, yet only a handful truly understood the gravity of what was unfolding. This is the story of a changing world, a world shaped by our choices, our actions, and our inaction. A story of warning, survival, and ultimately, hope.
By 2030, the signs were no longer whispers, they were roars demanding attention. Global temperatures rose by 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels, a seemingly small number with monumental consequences. Summers grew relentless, their heat blanketing cities in an oppressive grip. Heat waves stretched for days, claiming lives in their wake. Forests, once lush and teeming with life, became tinderboxes burning with a ferocity that left only ash in their place. Rivers that had nourished generations slowed to trickles, while the relentless sun baked the land. Communities watched their landscapes transform before their eyes. For some, it was a warning. For others, it was already too late.
2050 arrived like a storm with no end in sight. Coastal cities that had once thrived became battlegrounds against the rising seas. Streets turned into rivers as waves claimed neighborhoods and memories alike. Homes that had stood for generations vanished beneath the tide, leaving behind only ghostly outlines of what had been. Millions were forced to flee, not just from the water but from the hunger that followed as crops withered and soil turned to dust. Refugees of climate, they sought safety in an increasingly hostile world, a world unprepared for the scale of change. Survival became a daily battle and hope a distant memory.
By the dawn of the 22nd century, the world was a shadow of its former self. The air hung heavy, thick with heat that refused to release its grip. Temperatures soared by 4 degrees Celsius, and the ecosystems that had once sustained life crumbled into memory. Great forests became lifeless deserts. Rivers that had shaped civilizations ran dry. The oceans, once vibrant and full of life, grew eerily silent. Small pockets of humanity clung to existence within domes of innovation, technological sanctuaries in a world otherwise inhospitable. The earth had become a ghost, a solemn reminder of what had been lost and of the price of delay.
Climate change was no longer an abstract idea or a distant possibility. It became personal. It touched every life, every family, every community. Coastal towns watched the ocean swallow streets and playgrounds. Farmers stood helpless as once fertile fields turned to dust. Storms arrived with newfound ferocity, tearing through homes and leaving scars that would never fully heal. Floods swept away not just possessions but histories and futures. People did what they could, building higher, digging deeper, and searching for answers in a world that seemed to be unraveling. The human spirit endured, even as the planet groaned under the weight of change.
In the darkest moments, humanity did what it has always done: it fought back. Engineers and scientists became the heroes of a new age, racing against time to find solutions. They harnessed the power of the wind and sun, pulling carbon from the sky and breathing life back into the planet. Communities once divided by borders found unity in survival. Volunteers planted trees where deserts once reigned. Cities reimagined themselves, trading smoke-filled skies for green spaces and clean energy. It wasn't easy. The road was long and uncertain, but the human spirit is resilient. Together, we found a way.
The story isn't over. The future remains unwritten, its pages waiting to be filled. The choices we make today will ripple through time, shaping the world for generations yet to come. We can choose resilience. We can choose innovation. We can choose life. It won't be easy. It will take courage, sacrifice, and unwavering determination. But together, we can heal the world we've wounded. We can restore what was lost. We can build a future not defined by loss, but by hope. The question is no longer whether we can, it's whether we will. This is not just a story of loss, it is a story of hope. A hope born from action, from unity, from the belief that the future is still ours to create. What kind of future will it be? The answer lies with us.